going on, guys? Today I want to talk about taking care of your rod. Some people some people can't handle the winter when it comes to catfishing. Uh, People up north get colder than we do in the south, but if you're putting your rods up for the winter, I'm gonna give you a few tips how to take care of them. The first tip I like to use is if you got a cork handle rod, Pledge cleans the cork really easy and keeps it kind of moist so it don't get dry out, start flaking off. I've used Pledge for years on my cork handles. It doesn't make them real slick. It actually makes them relatively sticky better than what there was before. But just take it, you can see right here, run it around through our that's what came off the handle of that. And it makes the cork moist, like I said, and it makes it harder for it to crack. I've got some cork handle rods I've used for 10 years and they ain't cracked yet. But I like to wipe my rods down with them too. I mean, if you spend 60 to, I guess some people spend $200 on rods, but I'd like mine to stay looking as good as the day I bought them. Because I've thrown my rods down when the fish come to the bank and you got to grab a net, and Pledge is really good to wipe your rod down. It cleans it well. As you can see, that Tangling with Catfish rod looks as good as the day it was bought. But like I said, cleaning your cork handles, it'll make them last a little longer. Just spray them down, wipe them off. Get some of that dirt off of them. Another thing I like to do at winter time is I like to take clear fingernail polish and go over the outside of my guides. Now, just a thin layer, it ain't going to do much but just protect all that casing right there that they originally put on it. But it protects it a little bit. Keeps it from drying out. Other things I like to do is right before winter, well, used to, I'll be fishing some this winter, is if you store your rod or your reel, go ahead and take the weight off of it because the strain of pulling on the rod. You don't want too much tension on that if you're going to put it up for winter. Because you might go out there in the summertime and your rod might be permanently bent like that from 6 months of tension from a hook being pulled down on that rod. You out there to be bowed. That's not a good thing. Another thing I like to do when I put my rods up is these. I like to back off on the drag on my reel. Loosen up the drag all the way. And what that does is that takes the tension off on the inside of your reel and could lead to other problems. You could go fishing next spring, and if you back off on that drag, it might not back off. It might take several times of loosening that to get them bearings in there and everything to move a little bit. Now, right when springtime comes, I'll take that cork handle out, and I'll wipe it down, and we'll pledge again. And I will take and spray it down with Scotchgard. And that Scotchgard protects it in the rain. Water will run off of it. Will not make it slick then. Make it easier for you to pull up on your rod when you get a hook set. Another thing I don't do, if you have a building and you're going to put your rods up, I found this out the hard way. Don't lean your top tip against the wall in your building, because that will also make it bow. Leaving it at one spot like that, it will eventually, that fiberglass will start to bend, and it'll be permanently bent like that. Like I said, it don't matter if it's a $20 rod or it's a $200 rod. Everybody hates buying a new rod if you have a favorite rod. Now, I don't have a favorite rod. I have rods I've paid $15 for, which is the Cabela's Whooping Stick. And I've traded around for rods. It's cost $80. Every one of my rods has a certain purpose. There's certain reels that I like with certain rods. But there's not really a favorite rod that I have. But nobody likes spending money that they don't need to. Well, I don't know how everybody else does it, but that's the way I do my rods. Love to keep the cords clean, and that pledge, it hydrates that cork and makes that cork last a lot longer. I use it on the foam handles. It has never bothered it. Same process with it. I spray them down with that Scotchgard. If rain or anything, just slides right off of them. Well, that's another tip from Hack to Fish. I hope it helps you with your favorite rods, or if you have a favorite rod, keep it longer, looking better, or as good as the day you bought it. Please leave in the comments how you do your rods in the wintertime. I know a lot of people down south, we fish about all winter long. Of course, we're not getting down below zero. But if you have a certain thing that you use to clean your rods or your cork, leave it in the comments. Tell me how long you've had a rod, how good that chemical does that you use it for. Well, I'm going to get off here. I hope this tip helps everybody. And like I said, I hope it keeps your rods lasting as long as the day you bought them. This is Hack to Fish with another video, and I'm out.